Welcome, welcome, welcome to Dropping a Morning Log with Jivko. Good googly moogly morning. Holy shit, where the fuck does the time go? So I got this microphone
last Christmas.
Whenever we were opening presents and exchanging gifts, because that's when I got my lavalier mic. And I didn't actually try it out until like 2 weeks later, a week later, something like that. But yeah, this has been improving. It's improved the quality of my recording so much because it's bringing the microphone itself almost directly within a foot from my face. So from the source itself, it's a good thing because otherwise it'll be like a good 3 feet away, and it has the Zoom just has the dual mics, and that's what I was using before, just the regular dual mic setup, and it just sounds awful. Like you can hardly hear me, and I also have definitely made an improvement on kind of speaking a little louder and everything too, so I think that's a big improvement overall. And kind of just being aware of how I'm talking and how everything is coming out, and I think it's coming out a little smoother now, and so I'm very, very happy to be able to see the improvement, see and hear the improvement from only 3 months of recording with it. I mean, I've been recording a tiny bit longer than that. Not that it's been that much longer, but yeah. All that being said, god damn, it's fucking sunny. It's a nice day. Not a goddamn cloud in the sky. I feel like it's gonna be a wonderful day. Whew, that's gotta get you fired up though. A little sun in your eyes as you're driving. Sun on your skin. Man, so this past weekend I got a chance to go out for a run on Saturday morning. It felt great. I got out, saw my friends. That same run though, I got a chance to randomly sunbathe for a tiny while, which felt wonderful. Just felt very relaxing to sit in the sun. I was actually laying down in the sun, laying on the ground, and I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something to like letting your skin touch the earth. Like that skin to earth contact is essential. I don't know if it's necessarily through your feet is the best way to do it, but I pretty much just took my shirt off and just laid on the ground and just absorbed, or let the earth kind of absorb the ions or whatever the fuck is actually going on from my skin, and soaked up some sun rays, and it just felt wonderful. I'm always a really big fan of, especially when I go camping or something, just like taking my shoes and socks off and just letting my feet rest on the earth. There's just something very good feeling about that, especially if the earth is like a little chilly. I mean, it always is, especially in the mornings. And there's just something to that just lets you feel great, and it's energizing. So I'm a big proponent of that, of doing that every once in a while, every chance I get, especially when it's nice and warm out and the ground's not too nasty for you to kind of just rest yourself on. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. All right. Next on the agenda is taking initiative to make it the fucking best day. And I'm not just saying that because, it's not going to become a good day by just the sun being out and no clouds in the sky or anything. It's just going to become a good day by you making it a good day. Kind of firing yourself up about things that are going on in your life. Like, don't necessarily focus on the bad. In fact, kind of push the bad things out, because you don't really need that shit in your life. No matter what's going on that's negative, there's no reason to focus on stuff like that if there's plenty of awesome things going on, and focus on those instead, and kind of fire yourself up about everything you can that's positive. You're going to end up feeling good about yourself, about your day. You know, it's a party starter. I'm not talking about like party starting, like doing any sort of substances exactly, but it's talking about just like feeling great and treating your body good, and you know, breathing, getting your movement on, and having just a grand old time, feeling good about life. That should be written on every billboard ever, is feel good about life, because it's a wonderful thing, and it's a rare thing. It's a miracle that we're all here, and it's a miracle we all continue to exist every day. So continue to take advantage and enjoy it for what it actually is, for that miracle. You know, be nice to people, because they are also miracles that they exist around you. Try and do your best to understand people around you, to, you know, just not talking about existing every moment in harmony with your neighbors or something like that, but just try and be a better person. Try and be a nicer person. You know, positivity is contagious. And I know that sounds, just saying that sounds cheesy as fuck, but it's true. It's something that, you know, the moment people start getting your positive vibes, you know, their day gets better. You're not the only one that will release positive vibes at the end of the day. It's you know, it's just something that flows from person to person, and you know, something that you could be just excited about starting your day and having coffee in the morning, and you know, maybe you have your favorite coffee that day on tap, as you will, from your coffee maker, and maybe that's something you're just happy about and can get fired up about. Maybe you got an extra hour or two of sleep that you so desperately needed that day, and that alone is going to make your day maybe like twice better, 3 times as good. You know, you're just going to be able to enjoy yourself a little more if you just celebrate those small victories. And I call those small victories not to be cheesy or anything, but it's just like, you just have to celebrate those little things that, you know, that you might take for granted someday, that, you know, you won't have that brew of coffee that you enjoy, or, you know, those vitamins that your body is gonna be able to utilize. I actually just did, I wanted to try a whole month without taking supplements, just to see, you know, how everything would, you know, just to like take a month off, because you don't want to be doing everything all the time. And I ended up only being able to take a few weeks off. Yeah, so today I'm gonna start taking my vitamins again, and I actually think I'm gonna break my role in intermittent fasting, because I've kind of, like, I feel like I achieved my goal with intermittent fasting, and I kind of want to just introduce like a light breakfast back into my day, because that's the meal that I was taking off my list. So after dinner time, around, you know, 8 or 9 o'clock, I would, and then sometimes even 10. The next time I would eat would be at lunchtime, like a later lunch. Sometimes just to get those 14 and 16 hours. Sometimes I would go 17 or 18 hours. You know, I would take an extended break until lunchtime. But you know what? I think I'm gonna just introduce my breakfast back, just to see how it makes me feel, because I've been kind of balanced out right now at around 180. I used to be like 210 or so, and just like what's the word? Like kind of like hover around that weight. But now I'm down to like since starting to do intermittent fasting and like doing it for about a year now, I'm starting to just hover around 180 for the past few months. So I achieved my goal. I got to a much better weight and staying consistent with it. And you know what? I'll like there's a lot of aspects that I enjoy of intermittent fasting, but I think the biggest one is, after a heavy meal or something like that, just to take a break, let my digestive tract, catch up with everything, and I think that's the most important thing. But but yeah, I'm gonna see how it works out and how I feel. So that's something I'm kind of excited to try and add back into my schedule and my routine. So yeah, so today is another day of supplements, or the first day back of supplements and a breakfast. I mean, I've kind of been fucking off, falling off the intermittent fasting wagon every weekend. I usually just do throughout the week and everything. So, I mean, it's not like I haven't had breakfast for like a year or something, but it's just something I'm gonna try to see what it'll make me feel like, and that's something I'm a big proponent of, is just kind of trying things out and like trying to be consistent for a good amount of time just to see how it makes you feel, and really be like self-critical, be very, very observative during that time that you're trying whatever out and being consistent with it, and just trying to see how it makes you feel. And if you don't like how it makes you feel, then stop doing what you're doing. If if it's good and if it's working out, then just keep doing it, but just be wary of always be wary of what's going on and how your body's feeling, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. It's literally your, I don't mean to parrot this phrase, but it's literally your meat vehicle. It's your vehicle that gets you everywhere you will ever go in this life. And it's something that you need to make sure you take care of. You need to make sure that everything is running smoothly. Regardless of if you're young or old. Because if you're old, you want to make sure everything is running extra smooth, because you want to maintain quality of life, especially in your elder years. It's a little more important to kind of maintain that. Otherwise, it slips very quickly, from what I understand. I can't speak to it from experience, but I can only observe how people seem, how people feel, and how people articulate their own experience. But yeah, that's something that's been pretty consistent with people's experiences, and I find it very valuable to maintain your quality of life in general. So that's something I'm always looking to doing, and I always advise it myself. But shit, it's not easy to maintain quality of life. I get it, but it's certainly something that everyone should strive to do for themselves, for their family. You never want to be a burden, especially on your loved ones, and especially when you start reaching your elder years. It's the most critical aspect of getting older, really, in my opinion. But that I would like to avoid is being a burden on my loved ones and people around me. Some you definitely need to think about, that is not brought up every day, and not thought about every day, and not considered. But it's an aspect of life that always should be taken into consideration. So in any case, do yourself a favor today. Do something that will fire you up. Focus on the positive and enjoy the shit out of it. All right. Have a great fucking day.